My name's Joseph Ajay Matthew. I'm an expert in all kind of leather and Ankara works, such as bag making. Today I'm here to take you people on how to make bag. I have with me here the tools that we use to make a bag, and as well the materials that we use to make bags. First of all, we have scissors. We use scissors in cutting the bags, the shapes that we want, and the leathers that we are going to use for the bags. Then we have hammer. Then we use it to hit, to make it the place that we put gum, to make it stronger. We have a puncher. We use puncher to perforate the place that we are going to fix eyelet. When we get there, I will show you how we will fix it. Then we have different type of handles in the market. We have these ones with me here. There are some that we will construct by ourselves. In fact, many of it we do construct it by ourselves, but I just have a little here to practicalize what we are going to make today. So we have here chain that we use as handle as well. This one is a key lock. We have different shape of key lock in the market, but we are going to use this one today for our key lock. We have magnet. We call it magnetor because it magnets together. So when we get to the place we use it, we will show you how we use it. We have ruler. We use the rulers to connect all our measurements together to get the bag straight, so that there will be no any error. We have a mallet. We use the mallet to smooth the bag after we put gum to make it smooth. This container here is our gum container that we use to get our brush from, to put gum on to apply gum on the materials. So we have different type of gum. We have chemical gum, we have OCI, we have Tobon, we have Greco, we have different type of gum like that. But today we are going to use OCI product to make our bags. So at the same time, we have leathers. We have leathers, different type of leathers here. We have plain brown leather Fiance. We have again another leather here, green pattern leather, snake leather. We have another one here, blood color, plain synthetic leather. And we have with us here real skin pattern leather. All this material that we are seeing here, all these leathers here now, we can use all of them to produce a very nice and unique bag. It depends on what you want. So we have here black suede that we always use as the lining to our bag. We always use this black suede to make our bag, the inside, to make the inside look nice and look good. Then the good thing about this training is that once you get this training right, whether it's leather bag or it's Ankara bag or any type of bag at all that you want to make, once you get it, you can do it. The process that it takes to make Ankara bag is the same process that it takes to make a leather bag. Once you know how to use this leather bag to make your leather bag, at the same time you apply that process in Ankara, you are good to go. Today we are going to do mini standing tote bag. That is the bag that we are going to make today. So as we are going to start with the measurement and the pattern. As usual, you will take your tape and take your measurement. The measurement today is going to be 9 by 7. By 7. Then the 7 that you got here, the 9 is the wideness, the 7 is the height. Then you take the 7 here again. So you now determine your base. The base today should be 3 inches. As I always said, you can make your base for, you can add your base, you can do, in fact your bag, you can do, it depends on how big is the bag. Determine how you decide the base to be. Then it is 3 that we do the base. Then this is the front of the bag. Then we are going to measure the back, the front. This is the front of the bag. We measure the back, which is the same 7 that you got here. You get the 7 as well again. You take the 7 again. This is the whole of the measurement. Then the 9 that you got here, you get your 9 again here. That is it. So you now connect all of them together. Connect it together. Connect it together. Okay. Now this side, the last place. So that is it for the mini standing tote bag. Then you cut the fiber out. Cut it out. So now we have finished the cutting. If you fold it like this from the marking, just take it up, the bag is set like this. So it's just for you to put handle here, put handle for this side, finish. Shape of handle, a bag is set. It's just for you to put handle here. If you want to fix your zip, you fix. If you want whatever you want to use to lock it, you use it to lock it. Finish. That is it for this thing. But now we want this base, in order not to be pressing or shooting out like this, so we'll cut another base to make it firm and stand well. So we measure. We have 3 inches here by 9, but we are going to take 3 by 7.5. because we don't want the base to get to the extreme end because of the sewing that we are still going to sew the bag later. Because if you have double fiber there, it will be stressful for machine to climb when it get there. That is the reason why we not always allow the fiber to be at to reach this extreme end of the bag. Now you get your that base, the one that will make it firm. You get the measurement out, which is the 3 by 7.5. By 3. Then you connect them as well. And connect them together. That is it. You cut it out. We're going to fix the base now. By applying our gum. So you apply your gum now. That is it. You apply as well to the body. Wait for a while for it to dry. So as we are waiting for the gums to dry, we will bring up our leather that we are going to use for the bag. This is the leather that we are going to use for the bag for today. This leather here. So you turn it upside down and so you cut the leather out. We have not gummed this yet, but that doesn't stop us in placing it and do our cutting. As I always said, you give allowance for folding. That is it. Then the gum has dried. So as I said, as you touch it and it's not sticking to your hand, it has dried. Then you now gum it together. Make sure you position it at the middle. Then you press it once it's set. So this is it. So now you now apply your gum here to gum it together to the leather. Always remember to apply the gum gently. If you apply to the fiber, you must as well apply to the leather. If you just apply gum for only one side, it will not stick together. You have to apply for the both sides. Then you keep the two for one side for it to dry. You can see my gum gets stained here now. I have to clean it so that by the time I return them for gumming, it will not stain my leather. So as we are waiting for the gums to dry, we bring our lining up to cut the lining that we are going to use in lining the bag. You are going to cut the lining according to the size of the leather that you will cut out. So you will still position your bag and cut it, give it allowance, just small allowance in order not to waste your material in the name of allowance. Just small, like just half inch. Yes, half inch is okay. We turn down our leather. Okay. Our fiber and our leather has dried, so we will gum them together. You make sure you position it at the middle. Let it be in the middle. Then you gum it. You turn it upside down. Then you smooth it and let it be smooth well. You return it back again. You remove small tip out of the edges in order not to allow that place to look high. By the time you are joining it, you just got a small tip out of it. As you see, always cut it the way I cut it. So you now apply gum again for your folding. Remember here, as you are applying the gum for folding, not only for the leather, you should charge your fiber and at the same time to your leather. Your fiber and at the same time to your leather. Do it neatly. Yeah, you keep it for like some minute, 2 to 3 minutes for it to dry, and we will fold it. So as we are waiting for it to dry, we have cut our lining earlier that time. So what we are going to do now, we will cut our pocket, which is the inside pocket. We will cut it now before our gum get dried. The wideness of the bag is 9 inches. Then we are going to make the pocket like 7 by 4 inches. That is the inside pocket I'm talking about, so that we will have like 1 inch left at the other side, and we will have 1 inch at the other side too again. So you trim, I'm just trimming this side out to get it straight. So this is the 7 inches. Because I fold it together, I got 3.5. By the time I release it, which means it will give me 7 inches. So I'll position my scissors, cut from there, just give it a small shape. That shape determines the down. It made me know that okay, this is the down part of it and this is the upper part of it. Then I'll get my faux. So I'll just trim off small to get my faux. Good. This is going to be our inside pocket. This is our inside pocket. So our gum has dried. We will fold our leather to the fiber. Fold it. Just make sure you get the shape out well. That is the reason why we take measurement. That is why we use long ruler to get it straight. So by the time you are folding, you make sure all the shape of the fiber came out the way it was measured and the way it was cut. So don't fold one side. As you get this place straight, don't allow this place come down, so then they are not set again. Now you see it should not be rumpled like this. It should go straight. You see, very smooth here. That is what we want to achieve. You fold it. There are some leather that are stubborn. As you are folding it like this, if enough grease stick well, you use your hammer to hammer it small. But this one are good leathers. They were not given problem. What I take out then is not enough. That is why I still remove the remaining ones that climb each other to get it right. You can see our bag is coming up. You see, this is the shape that is going to give. That is it. So now we are going to cut the tip that I always like to use to pipe the mouth or the edge of the inner pocket to make it unique. Remember that time I want to mark the place I'm going to position the pocket. Remember, we give ½ inch allowance for just for in case of error. That is why we give that inch, because we are still going to trim it off later. Then I will imagine that ½ inch out here, then take it down to like 1.5 inch down. You can just use your eyes to gauge it. So that is, in total we get 2 inches deep in. You can see. Then you mark that place, that is the place we are going to fix your pocket. We fold it so that it will not mix out, especially if you have plenty works to do. You just fold it like that. You drop it at the top of machine. That one is for machine work. That is it there now. So now this is the handle that I want to use for the bag. This is the hand that I want to use. So I want to gut the stripe. I bought this one in the market like this. You will see it in the market. We have varieties of handles in the market. So I will fix it this way. I'm going to fix it this way. So they make this hole for us to pass in our leather to stitch it to the bag to enable us have a nice handle like this. That is the reason why they put this hole, so that we can put our material there to stick it to the bag. So that is what I want to cut. Now what we are going to use to fix the handle there, and it's going to be the same leather that we are using. So this leather, there are some sides that always draw, so, and there are some sides that are not drawing. So if you want to fix something like this, you have to look for the side that is strong, that is not drawing, so that you can have a nice job. Because it's 2. We have one side here, 2, then the other side is, the other handle is 2 as well. So which means we have to cut 4. This one can work for 2. This one can work for 2. Then let's use it to cut another one. Just mark it. So you have to make sure the 2 is the same. Mark it, because we want to make it like center folding. You see how slim it's going to look. This is how it's going to look. So you cut it out. You now put your gum. We drop it. So now we want to cut the closure. We are waiting for this to dry. We want to cut the closure, which is because I know we are not going to fix zip on this one. We want to fix leather that we take it from this side to the other side of the bag. We just cut a small shape. This one is another leather entirely. You just want to use it to cut a small shape that we are going to use. I fold it into two. It depends on the design that you want to use. You can cut it anyhow you cut it. Once you know what to use it for, it will come out. You see what I cut? I fold it to two and I cut this. You see it? When I return it now, when I open it up now, see what it gives me. See what it gives me. I will fix my magnet here. I'm going to fold it with our leather. So by that time, you are not going to see this one at all. So it is going to be like this. The magnet will be here, the lock will be here, so the bag will just lock like this. You can see it. So this is how it's going to be. So now I will apply gum here and to my leather that I'm using to fold it. Just give small allowance to it as usual that we're going to use to fold it. You apply your gum. You apply it to your leather as well. You keep it for it to dry. So let's check that the first one that we put gum, whether it has dried. Yes, it has dried for gumming. So as you are closing it, because we call this center folding, not side folding, you just close the tip like this. Don't press it. Just for you to have a neat folding, you just use the edges, the mouth, to just touch each other. Just the mouth to touch each other. Then now come back, you press it down. You press it down. Press it down. Press it down. You see it? To give you a very smooth folding. You see it? So to the handle that we are going to use is going to pass in between. Yeah, this is it. I enter inside the bag. Very thick, very okay. You can see how it is strong. This is how it's going to be. So this one now, this length now can do 2. So I will now divide this into 2. I have not folded the second one. Sure. I just want to illustrate it. You can see. You drop it. Then you fold the other one as well, just the way you fold the first one. You fold it like that again. Always make sure you have nice folding. You press it down. You see? Press it well. So you now divide this into two as well. So apply small gum on it, just for you to set it together on the bag. On the handle first before you put it on the bag. Yeah, you drop it there. Then you bring up this one. Let me say this is the flap. You gum it to the leather. Gum it to the leather. Smooth it. Smooth the back. Then you trim it out. The small allowance that we are going to use to fold it. Because this place is somehow deep, you just notch it small. You notch it small. Then you apply your gum for folding. You won't need to fold this side. You just fold from the other side to this side, because this one is going to enter inside the lining. So you just apply gum on the tip. So this is it. You have applied the gum. Just drop it. Now the gum that I apply on this handle has dried, so you fixed it. You press it together, you stick it together. You see? You do the same thing to this second side. You drag it well. You position the handle well. Okay. Then you now stitch. Stitch. You cut up the thread, then you do the other side. You should make sure they're the same position that you fix this one, the first one, the same position you fix the second one. Bring it out. You see? This is how the leather is going to look like, the bag. So now we will sew our pocket. I'll still touch oil to the tip, the side that I'm going to follow machine. Trim it well, cut it out. They will now position it from the place that we marked the other time. Now position it. apply gum again. Now apply gum again. To apply your gum, you make sure it touches the top part of the magnet. You can see the gum applied to this one is plenty. We have a step leftover on the container before, so the ones that I fetch in now has mixed with the under. That is why you see say the gum is now thick in nature. We allow it to dry. Once it thick like this, it's going to take a longer time for it to dry, but you have to give it that time. Then I want to apply small gum here, so that I will drop this down to the fiber first before we apply gum fully to gum the lining. So now continue applying the gum. To fix our lining. That is what this gum that I'm applying now it stands for. So you drop this on the one side, bring your lining, you cut off all the threads. So you apply your gum. So you drop this again for the gum to get dried and gum it. So this one has dried. You stick it together. This one like this is going to go through sewing, so I will not, because it's small in nature, I will not trim it until I stitch it first before I trim it off, so that the trimming will come out nice. So this one now is for machine. So as we are waiting for this to dry, let's cut the side of the bag. The side of the bag, which is this side. Let's take a look at how we are going to cut the side. This side we have 3 by 7 that time. Yes, let's see, check it. 3 by 7. Yes, the base is 3, then the height is 7 here. So now we will cut the lining that way. You fold it to 2 so that you will get the 2 angles straight. That is the reason why we always fold it to 2. That 3 now, as I fold it to 2 now, we now get 1.5. Then I'll now put my scissors, cut it to that side. As I get to where the 1.5 stop, which is the 3, then I'll take it up. So I'll now get my 7. Yeah, it says Eyelet the 7. You just trim the edges out. So this is going to be the side of the bag. It's going to give some shape. So you use it to cut the second side of the bag, because the 2 sides have to be equal. So I have gotten the 2 sides now. I will now gum them to the leather. Gum them to the leather. Drop it down. You put gum again. We'll drop it for it to dry, then we apply on the now. This one has dried. As you are waiting for the side to dry as well, let's gum So now you gum it. You make sure the tool is positioned at the middle. Gum it. See it. I not to press this side because I'm still going to open it a little to fix our magnet. So that is why I not to press this side, but I'll press this side well because I don't need to open this side again. Then here now, I will now fold this tip. I'll fold it, this tip, so that it will be smooth here. You see, stay much, just to bring it down. You see, that is it. You still fold the other tip as well, so that the two will be the same. Yeah, perfect edge for the. So now I'll just trim only this side out. If you are trimming this side, you have to take it inside a little, so that by the time you join your side, the black lining will not be showing inside the horse blood material, horse blood color leather. You see, you do the same thing to the other side. So this one, the gum has dried. We'll fold it. Fold it well, especially when you get to that corner. You make sure the shape come out with the way the lining that you are folding it on top comes out. So don't allow the lining to press because it's soft. No, just let that shape come out exactly. Before the second one, it is time to sew, to do the joining. First of all, I'll put my L as usual, so to stitch it. This one is the flap. You trim it off now. This is the lining. You make sure as you are trimming it now, you trim it so nice. Position it at the middle of the bag. The middle. So I just look at this distance. So if these handles are not there, I could have taken the measurement, but this handle has allowed me to understand the middle. Stitch it together. Machine has climbed the lining, it climbed the hand again for the very second time. So I make sure I don't do double stitching. I follow the former thread that I use in joining the hand. I follow the thread again. You can see, so the thread it climbed the same place again. So now I will fix my second magnet. See it. I'll bring it down together like this. Down together. You set it, let the mouth to be equal. Let everything set well. Then you now bring it down. You press it. By the time you press it like this, you see a sign of the mouth of the magnet. It shows here. Then you now perforate the outside it, and the other outside it at the other side. So now you open your line small again, then you fix your magnet. This is the magnet, which is the other side that you are going to fix. You fix it. Sorry, I will press it. So you press it inside. You see it here. Look at the inside. The legs comes out from here. So you now use something, scissors or something, to bring it out. You press it. You see, you have fixed your magnet. Then you now return your lining back again. You press it. This is the final gumming, so you have to gum it well. You've done it. Bring it out. You sew this side, the upper side of the side. So you bring it out. So we now start the sewing of the side. Now as a beginner, as you are starting like this, don't be scared, be courageous, and believe in yourself that you can do it. You just accelerate it small. I will reverse it to lock it there so that it will not be. Continue your journey. Once you get to this corner, you make sure you go it gently. Go in. It's another corner. You make sure you follow it small. You'll be doing it small. down for that side. This second side is always a bit harder than the first side, but you just concentrate and continue with it, you get it.